beautiful human, what it do? My name is Patrick, and welcome to Porché Tarot. Today we're going to be doing a pick a card reading, answering the question, not a question, urgent messages from your ancestors. So I'm using the Ascended Masters deck for our overarching energy, the Ascended Masters Oracle, as well as the African American Tarot, so that I can get messages from my ancestors for you. We will clarify with the Moonology deck, and we have Group 1, Group 2, and Group 3. I don't know how many pick a card readings you've done. I don't see it as pick one and that's the only thing you should look at. I definitely would prioritize the messages coming in. I'm also going to flip over the Oracle card. So whatever ancestor that you're thinking of, whether you know them or you don't, is whoever comes to mind for you. Whatever message resonates is the one that they would say to you. This thing that comes out from the Ascended Masters deck, that's the deck that you would choose, and then prioritize. Maybe you go 1-3-2, 2-1-3, 3-1-2, you know, whatever it is, and go back and watch the other messages. This is a message for the entire month of February, so keep that in mind. Without further ado, let's get into these messages. So Group 1, this situation has to do with mother, wife, sister, or daughter. So this could be a relative, a mother, a wife, a sister, a daughter, or they could be delivering a message about a person in your life that has that. So if that resonates with you, you will be Group 1. Group 2 has to do with open your heart to love. So if you have an ancestor or a person you're thinking about, or the message resonates to you to open your heart to love, we will go with Group 2. And the third has to do with trust. So trust is here. Whoever would tell you to trust. If you know this person, if you don't, this is a distant ancestor. If you're getting the message or you're called to trust, then that's the reading you would go with. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and jump straight into Group 1. This will be time-stamped, which is in the description box, and I'll try to set up some chapters, and if that doesn't work, then you'll see those timestamps as well, okay? So mother, wife, sister, daughter. Some lady, some woman is coming to you, and underneath the deck we have the Six of Swords. So this person is telling you to get out of a situation, to move away from something. There's a dark energy that's surrounding you or someone, and that's the thing that you need to get away from. I feel like this is in the mind, so something's going on in someone's mind that's keeping them trapped, and you have all that you need to get out of this situation, okay? Just set these cards out here. Okay. So you are showing up in this situation as justice. So Libra energy here. So there's justice around a situation that's coming that you need to get away from, is what I'm getting. There's been some turbulent times in this situation and you're moving away from that, and that's very clear. This situation has to do with really figuring out what you believe in. Around this person. There are a lot of major arcana cards here. So this is some major thing that has taken place right now. We have Virgo energy showing up here. This is about determining what you believe. This could also be about like education. It can be about marriage. It can be about commitments, legal matters, just something Yeah, legal is speaking up really loudly here as well. And the opportunity has to do with you standing up for yourself and stepping into your masculine energy. Again, we're getting mother, wife, sister, daughter. And the Emperor card really has to do with the Father, right? The Divine Father that's showing up. And I would say that Lady Nada in this card is the Divine Mother, right? So getting that for you. What the universe is working on is the Ace of Cups. So bringing love in for you, and a new beginning in love. So you might be getting away from something. There might be justice coming here. This is like divine justice stepping in. You know, this figure on the card is reaching up for guidance, to the heavens, to figure out what to do here. And justice is here, but I think you have to take the first step to get the thing done that needs to be done. What you don't see is somebody is manifesting here. So I don't know if somebody's manifesting you. I don't know if you're manifesting someone. There is someone's praying, someone's lighting candles, someone's doing something here in order to make this situation happen, whatever that situation may be. In the near future, you have the Four of Swords showing up. So there's a need of rest. There's a need for rest here. And again, in this deck, this person is moving away, right? Moving away from heartbreak, moving away from those sorts of things. In the recent past, you have the Judgment. So there's some divine justice at play here. And again, the Justice card is here as well. And this is another major arcana, the Judgment card. So events of the past are affecting the present and will affect the future. The thing that you have control over right now is the present. And what it looks like is that there's rest coming. But you need to take that. You need to take that message and move into rest. This is something that needs action in order for you to do. If you sit stagnant in this situation, you're not going to be able to get the rest that you need. You are showing up in this situation as the Queen of Cups. So you're the one giving your love. You have a lot of love to give. You're nurturing this situation by how much you're giving to this situation. Again, very motherly energy. You might be pouring out too much you might be giving too much of your love. We do see the Ace of Cups in as what the universe is working on, what God is working on. And you might be pouring out too much of your love to try to start something new that maybe isn't going anywhere for you. And what's right in front of you is the moon, Pisces energy, secrets, not seeing the whole truth, not knowing the full story, not knowing the whole picture, is what I see here. You don't know everything. You don't know every piece of the equation. You don't need to, because justice is coming. And judgment has already, divine judgment, intervention has already come for this situation. What's right in front, or what your hopes and fears have to do with the Knight of Wands, okay? So somebody's coming in very passionately. They may be a bit of a chameleon, you know? This person is like coming through this snake. Do you see it? Like the serpent shows up to tempt us. And although there's a lot of passion here, there is temptation here as well. And this person is showing up with valor, right? As an angel. So either, I mean, they may be slaying the snake. It all depends on perspective here. But for some reason, you're hoping for this, but you're also fearing it. So you want somebody to come in. What is motivating that? Is the question I have for you. It's the question your ancestors have for you. Ace of Pentacles showing up in the outcome. So new beginnings, new start. I'm getting the message of, it's like a baby being born into a new earth, right? They have to start over. Somebody has to start over. Judgment's already come for this situation. So maybe you have to rest. Maybe you have to get away for a while so that you have enough strength to begin again. But something new is coming in. It's going to feel new because I don't think you're going to see it coming. But it's coming. Let's get some advice for my group oneers. Mother, wife, sister, daughter. Advice for my group ones. Be bold and make the first move. Cardinal moon. That's that Aries energy here. That emperor energy. Be bold and make the first move. You're the one that has to start, and you have to move towards your rest and your recovery. Or else it's not going to happen. Okay, group one, that's what I got for you. I'm going to move on to group two here. Thanks for coming. Hopefully you prioritize in a way that you can continue with this reading. Group two, open your heart to love. Jesus. I usually say that when I'm like, Jesus. But no, that's not the energy of this. This is Jesus energy, transformation energy. Six of Pentacles. Okay, this is about give and take. This is about charity. Equal give and take. Just ask yourself if you're giving too much to any one situation at this moment. We have the Fool showing up as you. So, new beginning. I don't know what you've left behind, but something is brand new here. Seven of Wands showing up as the situation, which has to do with, this is an energy of defending yourself. Defending the things that defending your passions, your hobbies, your talents. Against who, though? It's the question. This dark figure in the back. Who are you defending yourself against? Situation or the opportunity has to do with a dreamer. Someone here is offering something. And it's very romantic. It's very idealistic. It's very dreamy. And it could be an opportunity. But the universe has there's a lot of work that still needs to be done here. Tons of potential. This isn't the kind of work that you're being compensated for at the moment, right? This is the kind of work. Oh wait, I read this. Yeah, this is the kind of work. No, okay. The harvest is here. Excuse me, I read that card wrong. This is the Nine of Pentacles, not the Seven of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles. The universe is working on your stability. So you may have given a lot to a situation in the past, and you felt like you had to close your heart. I don't think you do. I think you're going to reap the harvest from this. Harvest is coming. Harvest is coming. What you don't see is the Five of Swords. So there's some conflict energy here. You don't see this coming. So whoever you're defending yourself against, this is a very vulnerable energy that I'm feeling right now. This situation has to do with you being very, very vulnerable. So you may feel defensive to the point where you feel like you have to fight. So be careful of that. Protect your energy here. The near future, we see you with some boredom, not accepting an offer that's coming in, an offer of love. So in a reading that talks about opening your heart to love, I would be very cautious of not accepting or not seeing the love that wants to come in. I understand it. You have 2 5s here. There's conflict coming, and in the recent past, there was competition. So lots of fighting, lots of strong opinions, and energy that would, I mean, at least for me, would move me to close my heart. But there's a card in one of these decks in this house that says nothing is worth closing your heart over. So even though that's your instinct, I would question your instincts at this moment. Don't allow anybody to let you close your heart. We have the Hanged Man showing up as you in this situation. So you're feeling vulnerable. You're feeling like you have to defend yourself, defend your passions. But you have to see things from a new perspective. You have to see that from a new perspective. Do you have to defend yourself, or is vulnerable our natural state? Vulnerability is our natural state. We come into this world as vulnerable. And arguably, I mean, we're very defenseless as babies, but that might be the closest we are to the divine, to God, to the universe. We have the 6 of Cups here. So equal give and take. No. Somebody coming back in. So what's right in front of you is reconciliation. Possibly for this 5 of Swords energy, this conflict that you don't necessarily see. Or it could be bringing in the conflict. I mean, 6 of Cups has to do with like family, people from the past coming in. So I'm getting the energy that somebody from the past is coming in. Maybe you don't know that they're coming. And they're coming in fast. This is your hopes and fears. Something's moving. Somebody's coming in with a message. Somebody's coming in hot right now. And the outcome mirrors that. We have the Chariot, Cancer energy. So somebody's coming in. There's movement here. There's action here. There's a lot of action here. So just be aware. It's coming in fast. Now is the time for you to see things from every perspective. And it's okay to be vulnerable. And you can be vulnerable without having to share that with other people. Be vulnerable within yourself, but don't give too much of yourself away. One of the greatest things about adulting or moving into adulthood is being able to take care of our own selves, or keeping our circle small enough that we can take care of the people that matter to us, and the people that care about us can take care of us. That's not everybody. So whatever's going on with this situation, a win-win forecast is out. A win-win outcome is forecast, Libra energy. So I don't think you have to be afraid of this person coming in. You can open your heart to love. You can be vulnerable. The more vulnerable you are, that's not giving everything away. That's just being vulnerable enough to hear somebody out and to listen to their side. There is a win-win coming for you. Okay, that's what I got for group 2. If you're sticking around for group 3, that's continuing immediately. If you picked group 1 first, you can jump back to that chapter. Trust, Vishnu. I love these. If it's about what you trust, it's like what don't you trust, right? I see why. Ten of Swords is showing up and as the overarching underneath the deck. So an ending is here. Okay. Yep. So you are showing up as a tower. So a sudden change, quick. You may be this person to somebody. Something may have just blown up, so to speak, in your world. And you're wondering if you can trust again. Or trust the situation. Can I trust this situation? Can I trust that things will be okay? The situation has to do with the Hermit, Virgo energy. So, you know, when I see the Tower and then I see the Virgo energy, I'm like, yeah, that makes complete sense. This Hermit energy, because the Tower has to do with things coming from the universe. Either we create them or they happen to us, or other people create these Tower moments in our lives. These shocking, didn't see it coming moments. And then the universe provides us an opportunity to go in, gain wisdom from that situation so that we can move on. The opportunity here has to do with the 10 of Wands. Okay, so this is a situation where you've been on this journey for a long time. You've picked up a lot of responsibilities, also a lot of wisdom. This is a time where you have to drop that stuff so that you can figure out what wisdom you gained so you can continue to move on in this situation. We have strength showing up. The universe is working on this for you. So whatever happened, it was to make you stronger. The wisdom you gained was about gaining strength in this situation. And you have the 9 of Swords showing up in what you don't see coming. So there's some stress here. You feel like you have to fight. You're having sleepless nights. There's anxiety in this situation. You don't necessarily see that coming yet. This could also be somebody else. Somebody else, depending on what happened, what caused this Tower moment, you are showing up as the Tower. So depending on what happened, you might have caused somebody to move into a stressful state. I don't think it's your fault. Whatever you did or whatever has happened, this was an act of God through you or through someone else. So, and you can't, anytime we go through these things, it's really about, we're all here to learn a lesson and we're all here to teach a bunch of lessons. So take that as it resonates. In the near future, we have the 3 of Pentacles. So you're going to be working with somebody. You're going to be collaborating with somebody. So if something ended with someone particularly, I wouldn't necessarily worry about it. I think you're going to be working with someone to move this situation in a new direction. There's work here. There's collaboration. And you're going to have the opportunity to show your talents here. In the recent past, there was some fortune. So something either came back around, Wheel of Fortune. Either it worked out or it didn't. I know that's like a very vague thing to say, but the Wheel of Fortune is fate, right? So when fate strikes us, either we do the thing right and we learn the lesson, we move on, or we do the thing wrong and the lesson's gonna pop back up later. We have the Page of Pentacles showing up as you in this situation. So lots to learn. Whatever happened has a lot to do with what needs to be learned. But you're in the perfect place to learn it at the moment. We have the Knight of Swords showing up in the near future. So somebody's coming in, message, note, text, DM, call, face-to-face. Somebody has something to say. Somebody has something to get off their mind, and action is being taken. And we have the Three of Wands showing up in your hopes and fears. Three of Wands energy here. I get the sense there's waiting here. You're waiting on something. You're afraid to do it. Whatever was set into motion, I think it was like very shocking, and you probably have to wait for someone or some situation to resolve itself before you can move on. And that can cause a lot of stress, and you may not know that that situation is coming, that whatever happened was very shocking, and now there's this waiting period. You may not be aware of that yet. The outcome has to do with a new beginning. A new thought, new insight, new idea is coming. Lots of trust. You have to trust that things will work out because something new is coming. And you don't have to fear waiting. That's a very human condition, the waiting. Advice. Full moon in Sagittarius. Let's go through this. Did we see any more signs here? I see Leo and I see Virgo here. And then we have Sagittarius, full moon in Sagittarius. Look at the bigger picture here. So whatever's happening, that's very intense. It seems like something's new, but that new thing is just the beginning, right? Sometimes we have to zoom out and realize that these little things that are going on in our life are, you know, my mom used to tell me, when you look at your life in a year, you're not even gonna realize that this was going on, right? And that's true. Like in a year, whatever's going on right now, whatever this shocking moment is, isn't gonna matter. Whatever you're happy about, that new thing coming in, isn't necessarily going to matter. But the interesting thing is that if you think about tomorrow, or if you think about next week, or if you think about next month, some of this stuff also isn't going to matter. So if you can zoom out and look at the bigger picture, it makes it easier to stay on your path. Okay, group 3, that's what I have for you. Trust, thank you for joining me. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. I would really appreciate it. Thank you for joining me for these messages from your ancestors. And with that, I will see you in the next video.